Good morning, everybody. Today I'm going to finish shearing Harmony. We started her last week and I never did finish her. I feel bad. But then, when we started, we did her belly and the legs and stuff for just that reason. So if I do get sidetracked and other things come up, like moving the sheep, and sheep got out the other night, and then I started on the computer doing stuff for our national shows, and it's like, holy cow, where did the time go? It's dark outside. I can't go out there now. I better eat dinner and just start again tomorrow. And she is still not sheared all the way, but she's been comfortable. She's eating. She's over here. I have snacks in her little cup. So she's like, whatever. I'm good. She hasn't lost any more weight, so that's good. So we're going to finish her. And then I have Cheerful, her brother. I was hoping to take him, but we're going to take a serious look at him today. He might get sheared too. I don't know. And I have some bad news. Their brother, Mr. Giggles, he did really well on the show circuit. I lost him a couple of weeks ago, and I just haven't been able to talk about it because he was pretty special. Raising rabbits and critters is not easy. Not easy. So anyway, I'm going to talk about some announcements, get into some more fun stuff for a minute. Thank you, Tammy. Yeah, it's sad. But on the sunny side of things, I'm getting a lot of attention in our Discord channel. And I decided to bring back our giveaways, weekly giveaways, and I have stickers and stuff I'm finding around my she shed as I'm organizing it. And I'm like, I gave away some books and some stickers, and I have dove very deep this last week into more stickers. And I found these that I made. They're little sticker sheets. And they are so cute. They're knitting kitties. And little sticker sheets. And all these things peel off. I just amaze myself on how clever I'm getting. The only thing that I screwed up on the size is I have to order special envelopes for these. So in trying to keep things simple, I am redesigning my sticker sheets so they're more shaped like a letter, or not a letter, but a regular letter size envelope. I can put actually more on a sticker sheet. It'll just be taller and narrower. So I'm going to give 2 of these away at this week's giveaway on Discord. They normally sell for $8. So that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna do it. I like kitties. We have so many kitties here, and they love my yarn too. So be sure to check out Discord later this afternoon, and the deadline will be next Sunday. We'll have our winners. And gosh, I've been breeding this last week. Kulua, you might have seen some information on him. He's a hybrid. He went to a new home, and he was one of the ones out of the whole litter. He was only a portion, like a quarter giant, but he had the most perfect wool structure. I wasn't really thrilled about his body type, but his coloring and everything else was awesome. So I'm glad to know that he's gone to a good wooler home, and she's really into their wool. She's got one at home already. So she's got experience. So Kulua will be in good hands. So before he left, he met, couple of girls just in case. It's like, oh God. And then I have Coco, and he's a purebred giant. And guess what color he is? He's a chocolate goodie, and he's just gorgeous. It just happened that this gal was a friend of mine, Hope, from up north, was selling him and a little black girl. So I bought them both, and it was the best darn thing. He's just awesome. Both of them are awesome. And Dazzle, I'll tell you a story about Dazzle and his brothers and sisters, but he's a purebred giant. Yeah, they're due at the end of May. So I was kind of late doing my breeding, but they'll be right at 5 months old when we go to convention, actually on the upper end of 5 months. So that'll work out good. Stickers. I mentioned before, I have decided to do 2 types of stickers. I've been playing with this for quite a while. It's been about a year. I've been playing with these stickers, but I have the I'm calling perma stickers. They're vinyl, they're waterproof, and they're really good to go on your thermos and things like this. But I have those professionally made for me, and I'm going to continue doing that because a lot of people want, like me, to put them on your water bottles. We can put them on your cages, on your window of your car, yeah. So they're pretty much permanent. So if you put them on your car, make sure you put them in a spot you want them to stay. And then I have my other stickers like the knitting kitties. I'm calling these. You can tell me if I'm just out of this. I was brain dead, and it just came to me. I do most of my designing in my she shed. This is my she shed. This is the pretty part, right? The other part over there, you might get a glimpse when I turn my phone around. It's kind of a disaster right now, but there's plans in the making to make that prettier too. But she shed stickers. So those are the things that I design. I print at home, and I laminate them, and I print them all myself. Yeah. They are not probably suitable for anything that goes. They're not waterproof. They're water resistant. They're more for like your tablets, your keyboard, or your laptop or something like that. But everybody loves stickers. So I'm going to do those. I have a few on my website, but in looking at my time schedule with nationals right around the corner, I have to keep things simple. So I'm batching a lot of new stickers right now, but they're going to go with me to convention. So you might see, or not convention, but nationals, West Coast Classic. You might see some pictures. And so as soon as I get back, we'll load them up on my website. Because I know me, once I start dabbling on my website, I'm thinking it's going to be just an hour or two, and 3 days later I might come up for air. I just can't afford those 3 days right now. There's several other things I need to do besides keep up on these show coats. Holy moly. But I do have a new design up on my website for my t-shirts that I have print on demand. Oh, it's so cute. Like rabbits make me happy. Yeah, they do. And so there's a bunch of different sizes and shapes of rabbits, and it's really cute. And guess what? Yeah, they're going to be in a sticker too. I printed some last night. And NRBC's new Etsy shop is working like a dream. There's a few things that I need to help the board figure out, like how do we track the monthly expenses and whatnot. And it's coming through PayPal, and it should have gone through the bank account. But those are talking to June. She's the finance guru. We can get it figured out. The whole Etsy shop in a whole, and the whole Printful side of things, everything's working seamlessly. I'm looking at the tracking number, and I should be getting my first t-shirt today. I'm excited. And it's so warm out here. Oh my God. We didn't have much of a winter. And air conditioning. It's time for air conditioning. I've had the one air conditioner on in the bunny barn. Do you guys fight with this? Oh my God. On the other end, we usually have a swamp cooler, and we've struggled for years. So my husband finally, he said, I'm just going to put up another air conditioner on the other end. It was up really high. He had to shimmy the hole bigger, and he's a miracle worker. Oh my God. But he got it in there, and it was so nice in there. I wanted to sleep out there last night. But then he actually fixed our air conditioner and put it in the window in our bedroom so I could sleep in my own bed. So everybody's up. Have you guys noticed on your air conditioning units that there is a filter that you blow out, right? I blow those out at least once a week. And during heavy use, especially during the heat of the summer, it's daily because the fuzz, the dirt, they just need cleaned out. But one of these things that just burns my butt, the air conditioning people do, manufacturers, they must design them to be throwaway units. And we're a throwaway culture anymore. And but to go in there and clean the coils, the vents in the very back, you have space about this far, and it's not designed. You have to take the whole lid off, and then you have to be careful not to poke the hoses and wreck the electronics. And it's a huge deal. And we spend so much money on these machines. And 99, I shouldn't say 99. Okay, 95% of the time when I'm having an issue with my air conditioner, it's that back section that needed to be cleaned. So I found a couple of videos from this guy. It's two of them. I'm going to repost it because it was so good on how to take the cover off and how to safely clean the inside of your air conditioner. So if you haven't done that yet, do it. We've got to a point where with my COD that we had years ago, my husband made a 3-hour trip in the middle of the night to get an air conditioner because ours quit. And it was over 100-degree weather. I'm watering the roof. We got fans. And I'm watering the dirt floor, trying to keep it cool. I've got everything. And the poor rabbits, they're in show coats. And their ears are drooping. They're panting. And we woke up our neighbor at 2 o'clock in the morning to help us install the new air conditioner. And I sprouted some more gray hair over that thing and learned a lesson. So that's when I took the deep dive on how to do. I was going to do some serious maintenance on our air conditioners, but all it was cleaning it out. So if you haven't done that yet, do it. Do it. Do it. And a little story. I won't talk too long, but Giggles got me thinking about the story of the 5 kids. I don't know if you guys watched any of my older videos and heard me talk about unicorns. Unicorns are that special, one-of-a-kind rabbit that you get in your rabbit barn. And if you're lucky, you recognize it and you want to protect it and hold it and squeeze it and make many, many, many more. Well, Sweet Thing was one of those rabbits. She won multiple Best in Shows. She had the body. She was a white rabbit. And her fur was lively and beautiful, 8 inches at the end of her show career. I finally sheared her. And she had a nice litter of babies, 5. And that's the other thing about unicorns is you can have a good body, good wool, good coloring, the furnishings, everything. But if they are not a very good mother, you're screwed. You're just screwed. Um, you won't make any progress in your rabbitry if you don't have good mothering. And when I first heard that from somebody years ago, I thought they were nuts. Oh, all rabbits are good. No, they're not. So when you get one that has the whole package and that good mothering, oh, so she raised her rabbits. She was getting ready to have another litter. I was going to set her up with another date night, and she died. It was one of those things that, like Giggles, just somebody told me a story years ago about sheep. And I think it applies to our rabbits sometimes too. No matter what we do as humans, we do our best by them. We try to keep them cool in the summer and keep them warm in the winter. Plenty of clean water and feed and hay and everything they need to keep them nice and healthy. And the story this gal told me about her sheep is like, I think they just have this little sheep group meeting once in a while and it's like, okay, things have been running too smoothly. We just need to pick a straw and see who's going to die for no reason today. And somebody picks the short straw and they die. And we can't pinpoint a reason. Now, I've spent hundreds of dollars on occasion trying to send in the carcass to a laboratory to tell me what went wrong with that rabbit. And so far, every time it's been inconclusive. The thing that it's went back, yeah. And like Giggles and Sweet Thing and a few rabbits before them, they had no signs of distress. Their poops were all normal. They were eating and drinking. So I don't know. Now, when we took the neuropsy ourselves, there was no abnormalities that I could find, and I'm no expert. But sometimes you can see if they had an enlarged heart or something was wrong with their liver or something in their organs. Yeah. So anyway, with these 5 kids, I've been ultra careful on trying to be logical and strategic on how I show them and breed them and manage them as a trio. Because I had a slew, and I still have a slew of hybrids, but they were pretty much, they're not my only purebred giants, but they're my core string right now. Now I had 2. This little girl over here, Harmony, and this guy, Cheerful, and Giggles were all growing out their fur. Well, they were chewing their coats, these 2. So they got sheared, and Giggles went on to win a bunch of best of breeds. He was one of those pretty boys that just sit and eat and look pretty. He did a really good job. So yeah, and I kept one back because I thought, this other guy, he's too good. He was actually my favorite. But I sheared him on purpose so he would stay home, and I wouldn't be tempted to show him, Mr. Dazzle. So he's never left the barn. He's never earned any legs. He's never won any awards, but he's the sweetest thing. And he has all the great qualities, maybe more than all the others combined. Yeah. So Dazzle, he's sitting on the shelf. He actually did some breeding where I wanted Giggles, but that didn't happen. And then Kahlua, and then Coco. He's a purebred giant that I got from Hope a while back. Him and a black little girl, they're both gorgeous. So between the 3 of them, they've been busy. So back to my 5 trio. Oh my gosh. Best laid plans. I'm thinking I'm going to have at least 3 of them go to nationals and give a good showing. Their coats were all well, look, I have this little silly girl. She's eating her little treats. She's getting cheered today, and we're going to take a serious look at Cheerful. I don't think he's going to go. It's a decision that I'm going to have to make probably after we evaluate him today. And that leaves me with one show bunny to go to nationals. But that's all right. You know, with all the struggles and everything else we manage in our rabbitry, it's not all fun. There's pans to clean, poop to shovel. There's dealing with rabbits that die on you once in a while and figuring out what to do. And then the last few weeks leading up to the show, you're blowing every other day, minimally once a week, checking on everybody, making sure that we're okay. And then there's still things that pop up. But the bottom line, you guys, I hate to use that but too much, but it's really important. And I have to remind myself, it's all in fun, right? We do this because the joy it gives us. I get joy from the bunny barn. I'm going to tear up. But I can walk in the bunny barn and they hop around and like, oh, I'm sure logically, right? They're not that excited to see me. They're thinking that it's treat time, which they only get treats about once a week. And they know the sound of the regular bin of feed versus the treat can. They're not stupid. If I open that treat can and they, oh. And even the ones that are fat and they don't get very many treats, I still have to give them a little bit because they're like, oh, don't forget me, because I start walking by their cages and I go, okay, fine, you get just a little bit, but you get some. And then I pull them out and start grooming and playing with their different personalities. That is the true joy. And then you know what else? This is a teary thing. Have you seen this shawl behind me? Right here. Oh my gosh. I started a series of patterns a couple years ago. I call it my Hearts and Hares. Yep. I made little hats. I don't know if you see the bunny design in there. And then little hearts. Let's see if I can get the little bunny rabbit. There's a delay on my, so there's the rabbit. And this thing I came up with a while ago is I call it the muffin top. It reminds me of when you put your belt on and you have a little muffin top over your pants, right? Well, this is a hole for your ponytail. And it serves as two things. When I put these ruffles on it, it's a little taller and it looks like a pom-pom. When I started knitting with my Angora yarn, I just cringed. I've only made maybe 2 pom-poms with Angora yarn because it kills me to cut that and to make a pom-pom. So I'm always looking for creative ways to substitute. So that turned out really good. Well, this gal, Terry from Hood River, my favorite yarn store. Terry is like probably one of their best customers, I think. Whenever I go by there, she's there. When I retire, and if I don't have any critters to keep me busy every day, all day long, that's what I want to do, is visit the yarn store every day. And, well, she's this master knitter. They've got a lot of them there, but she's one that volunteered to help me with this pattern. Because I mastered the lace part. And I mastered how to do a crescent shawl. It's actually pretty easy. It's all about math, and you can create your own shawl too. But when I put it together, I had to try to make things more complicated, like I do. Don't fall. Don't fall. Not live. Don't do this live. I'm going to put another one of these up there. Stay put. Good lordy. So on my lace, it's like a 5-row row repeat. I could do it. And the challenge was when I was writing it down. And then to following my own directions was the challenge. And so I told her, I really want to publish this pattern. It's been a few years in the makings. I've made several shawls. And as a knitter, you guys can probably relate when you are knitting, you just kind of make things work. If you're a few stitches off here or there, you just fudge and you make more stitches, or you do some decreasing to make it work. Sometimes you have to do, some ripping out. But to rip out Angora, it's not pretty. It's not nice. I started to make this shawl, in our lace yarn. And my counts were off, not by just a few, but a lot. And I've learned over the years, if it's really that frustrating, just to leave it, put it away, go back to something that gives you joy. So I started on smaller projects, right? I even made a cowl. I even made a washcloth with that pattern. I was having fun with it. I said, someday I'll get back to it. Well, I gave Terry some of our new yarn, the brand new Sinfully soft yarn that came back. And I told her, no hurry, you just take your time. And she's helping me with the pattern. She's my tech writer. So hopefully within a couple of months, easy, I can have that pattern published. So that goes back to where I'm having fun, right? Not only do I thoroughly enjoy the rabbits in the barn, but I enjoy harvesting them. I enjoy managing their wool and the end product and everywhere in between. Because here, I have piles and piles of prime that are getting ready to go to the mill again. And there's stressors on which mill I'm going to use, what kind of yarn am I going to make. Then there's labeling, and then there's marketing, and then there's the website, and the list goes on. And when I focus on what gives me joy, the rabbits, and the process on making things like this, that, holy cow, I'm just speechless. That gives me joy. So anyway, I have rambled more than I wanted to today, because I know Harmony, bless her heart, she is one of the most impatient rabbits I own. And she's one of the most playful rabbits. I can't remember. Oh, yep. I can remember now. Which is seconds, which is prime. Now, last week, I got to warn you guys, I was having issues with my camera holder. It kept flopping down on me. I have not fixed that. And you know why? Well, I have a fix, but it's going to be a little bit. A tripod is going to work perfect. I took it out and I played with it this weekend a little bit. But I don't have room for it in here. It's right behind me. The phone. I have a table and I have tubs stacked everywhere. Holy cannoli. So my marvelous husband is in the works right now, getting lumber. He's going to build me a shed behind this wall here where I can store things safely. So this will no longer be my storage shed and my working she shed. I'll just have a working she shed. And I'll have room for my tripod. So bear with me, you guys, as I maneuver this. I'm going to change this. There we go. And I have to be careful. I'm not going to push any buttons. That will disconnect us. Oh, look at there. It's going to work. I know it's going to work. Come here, Harmony. You're going to get sheared, aren't you? I managed to charge my shears, charge my phone, charge my iPad. She got blown out again today. So this is the easy part. We did the hard part. Look at this. She's been chewing on herself again. Sweetheart. That would have been prime. I don't know if you can see this where she's chewed on herself. Bless your little heart. See, and if I get a tripod, I can get this working a little bit better, I think. Yep, so you can actually see the rabbit. Because she is not helping. Are you? Are you? She's giving me kisses. Like, what are you doing, Mom? You cannot go anywhere. Yeah, we sheared her belly and her legs. So all we have to do is the easy part. Are you going to make this easy for me? Hmm? Are you? Yeah, so physically, I need to figure out something to do in the interim. I've got some other phone holders, and I think we can make it work. I need to get my little brush out. Yeah, and I weighed her this morning again, and she's still right at 9 pounds, so she hasn't gained anything, but she hasn't lost any more weight, so that's good. Some of this stuff would be prime, but it's had a little bit of felting going on. And that's just from her movement, and there's no protection. So I'm just going to brush some of that out. And since it's all good, right, that's going to go into my seconds pile right there. Nope, that was my prime bucket. This is my second pile. So while you're right here, sweetheart, how about if we just do some of this, shall we? Are you going to be okay with that? And I might be able to shear her when she's on her feet. But we're going to get some of this right now. This is part of the fun part. Oh my gosh, because this is the bunny gold right here. As long as there's no webbing in it, I can put this right into Sinfully Soft wool. And there's a few seconds that we're going to try to get out. Yeah, I need to work harder on getting my camera set up. What do you guys think? For some reason, I think if I move that table, I think it'll work. Some second cuts through here. I'm going to blow. So I'm going to make a mess in my she shed floor for just a minute. Oh, what's the matter? She's making noise. That's my prime. Are you okay? We might try to scissor some of this. Will that go faster? And there again, scissoring her. I'm using the sharp scissors. I'm going to try to get in here. Sometimes on her little backside, it's hard to get the shears in because it's so thick. And here's some second cuts. I make one snip at a time. She's going to be left with ridges, but I don't think she cares. We just want to get this stuff off her before it starts to mat and get into a craziness here. I didn't get any second cuts in those. While she's laying still, we're going to just keep doing what we can here. I wonder if I can take my shears. See, these have even light rings, but they're rings of that chestnut color. Okay, baby. Yeah. For some reason, I'm just not able to get that close to her belly. I think it's time to clean out my shears. I didn't clean them out last time. You're learning a lot of what not to do. They don't look bad. I'm going to pull on her skin here. That's working pretty good. This is such lovely wool. Oh my gosh. This is absolutely no matting. If I can just keep the second cuts out of there, it's going to be beautiful. Beautiful. Have you had enough already? Yes, you have, haven't you? It's one of those many things that I just didn't bring with me is my extra, come here, sweetheart, my extra blades. So it might be to the point where they need to be sharpened. Let's get that out of your way. I know, sweetheart. Hold on. This over here is kind of short. So I know that'll be part of my seconds. I did find a nice guy that's going to do some of my blade sharpening. I'm blowing these second cuts right on top of Cheerful. You don't care. That's probably not the smartest move. That's beautiful. Oh, sweetheart, I know. Seems to cut a little bit better when I hold it taut. She's like, I just want the goodies. I just want the goodies. Oh, this is beautiful. Free flowing. It is just gorgeous. And it's up to me to harvest it so there's no second cuts in there. Oh. She's got such a bony little butt. I'm glad. That was the easy choice for me, for her to stay home. Yeah. Cheerful. When I get around to him, we will see if he can get cleaned up well enough to even show. But the thing is, where he's 9.5 pounds, right on the money. He's not going to gain enough weight to be a good buffer in just 2 weeks. a little over 2 weeks. It's just not going to happen. So some judges don't catch it. If he is underweight, some do. I think the more important thing is that he is healthy and happy. And I think if I can cheer him and give him some extra treats, let him relax in that nice air-conditioned barn, that he'll just blossom. That's what I think. And maybe with the next round of breeding, he can participate. Because I know he's a proven buck already. He's done really good. Yeah. Darn camera. I'm trying to push the rabbit so she's in your frame. I just sneak these scissors right through little locks, and that way I'm not getting any second cuts. As this stuff is really nice. This stuff is really nice. When I get up closer to her neck, I might get the shears out. Because I have to remember, it's the process that we want to enjoy, right? Not only enjoying that wonderful bunny gold that they give us, but enjoying the process getting there too. She's looking at herself on my iPad. It's kind of funny. Like, what? Who's that there? Is that a rabbit? Yeah. Miss Bony Butt. We're going to fatten you up. We are. And then in a month or so, if all goes well, maybe you'll have some babies. Yeah. We want to have her in good condition before we breed her. You're such a good girl. Miss Nosy Posy. Miss Nosy Posy. She's chewing on my roll of paper towel. You know what I need to do for... don't eat that. I ought to put some hay in a paper towel or a toilet roll holder and let them chew on the hay while I snip them like this. I bet she would like that, wouldn't you? Well, if we don't finish up regardless, one way or another, you're getting some hay today. Yeah. I gave her a little bit last week, and I knew she still had a lot of this beautiful prime I wanted to get off of her. This is gorgeous, baby. Beautiful. One of the gals that I bought my very first Angoras from, she said she used scissors nearly every time she harvested. And I thought, oh my gosh, that would take so long. And it does. It takes a little while. And these ridges that are left, since her future is probably going to be a mom here the next month or so, I'll just leave it. If she could potentially be a show rabbit again, what I'd be tempted to do is take my shears and give her a nice even shearing, so when she grows it out, it's nice and even. It just looks that much better. Yep. Can I get over here? Are you going to let me? She hears Chirple down there, I think. She wants to go visit. Nope. Although there is a chocolate agouti that I would love for you to meet someday. You guys would hook up and make beautiful babies, wouldn't you? Mr. Coco. Yeah. Yeah, so even though we deal with heartache and challenges and a lot of stuff that's not so fun, there is more to it than just the heartache. Oh. Trying to be patient while you're working with a rabbit that has the mentality of a 2-year-old. Yes, I'm talking about you, Miss Harmony. I am. I can't tell you how many judges just giggle at her because she's like, they're all busy, right? But she's one of the most curious, driven things I've ever known. She's like, what you doing? What you doing? What's that over there? Let me go explore. And if the little cages for the show coops have little latches, especially the judges' coops, when she's one to figure it out. Like, oh, they thought they could contain me, but I'm not. I'm going to go for a gander. Let's walk down the show. She watches these running breeds, I think. Now, what are you chewing on? That's my shears. Oh, that's prime too. She's getting quite a pile of prime. Holy cow, girlfriend. Yes. Do you believe it? We'll get done with you today. Maybe not during this live. I spent too much time gibbering at the beginning of this. But I'm going to get what we can here. We've got just a few more minutes. And then I'll probably take a break from you guys. Oh, look at that. This is just gorgeous. And she's being so good, aren't you? But can you see this bony ridge right here? This is what we do not want. We want her to be nice and filled out. She would be doing much better if she was at least 2 pounds heavier. She's seriously underweight. So I don't know what was going on with this young lady. She's all caught up on her worming and Ibelmec and everything else. So it's just finishing getting this stuff off of her, letting her metabolism kick back and start doing its thing. And if it's not too hot, I can even let her run in the bunny run. I have a little strip of grass beside my bunny barn. And I let the kids run. They used to do that in the backyard a lot, but the dogs have taken that over. So, and I've got one big dog that I don't know how he would do with the bunnies. He does okay in the RV and whatnot. Oops, come here, scissors. But I think if the rabbit was loose and that whole prey thing might kick in. So I don't want to take any chances. So they get to play in the little grassy run every once in a while. I try not to leave them unattended because we do have hawks in the area. Yeah. It's been a few years ago that I had something swoop over me, and the wingspan was just, I got a broken fingernail. Yeah, that won't work. Cheerful is busy banging down there. Innie. Come here, sweetheart. Put your feet out. Relax. Relax. Well, we've almost got it all. I think it's, oh, look at that. It's 11 o'clock, you guys. I'm going to try not to go over today. we're we're going to call this session done. And Harmony is going to take just maybe a 10-minute break. And then we're going to finish getting her naked. My mic looks absolutely ridiculous up there on my hat, but you know, it doesn't get in the way. It don't get in the way. What do you think, Harmony? Her ears are back. She's pissed. I think she's really mad. Are you getting ready? Yeah. I'm so done with this. Anyway, you guys have a great one. I'll talk to you later. Bye.